All right, so when you have a project, probably you're going to end up building multiple PRDs. Therefore, use this semantic versioning concept. It basically has three numbers like that, and then each of these numbers are separated with this dot. What are these three numbers? It is called major, minor, patch. This one is major, this one is minor, this one is patch. So I have just pushed my latest, here you can see I did a push, which is added PRD on my taskmaster. This is basically the very first PRD. I can I can also do version control here on GitHub, but I'm not talking about tagging or kind of like creating versions here, but at least the you can research that by yourself. You can do the tagging in here and then do the release management there. But that's a lot of, for now, it's kind of like over the scope of this current course, and it's also kind of like an advanced topic. But what I'm trying to say here is create multiple versions of this, literally by creating it something like this, PRD v1.0.1, for example, and then you keep bumping this number 2, 3, 4 if it's a patch, and then you keep bumping this number 1, 2, 3, 4 if it's a minor. If it's a major change, then you increase this number, and then these numbers goes to 0. And then each time you do that, then you copy paste and then create a new version of that. So for example, if I had the very first time PRD v0.1.0.1, let's say, and then if I copied and pasted it and I have like minor change, then it's going to be 0.2.1, and so on and so forth, because then the scope of this particular PRD changes. And then when we start building things, then we basically can reference them like this. And then in the sentences here, we can say that as we have done this, for example, as we have done the Kanban in this, now we should do it like blah, 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 whatever you're talking about. And then in the next one, just logically speaking, this, what I meant was the 1.1, and then in 2.1, PRD 2.1, something like that. So basically you have like a scope, you have a context, and then you can mention it, and then you can execute tasks based on that particular approach. And semantic versioning is the better way to do that. So usually a major bump is an backward incompatible manner, an API change, a format, something changed that the users need to take care of this. And then a minor version when you add a functionality or a backward compatible manner. Something like a functionality could be adding a new button or a new menu item or something. And a patch is usually a backward compatible, a bug fix, something like adding a label or stuff like that. And you can read more about it on semver.org. It's an internationally recognized versioning system. And with this approach, you can build multiple version like PRDs, and then you have like a way to manage and also capture all the detailed requirements of your product as you're building it. With that, let's go to the next video and start putting Claude Code on an infinite number of feature building at the same time. So see you in the next video.